3 ways to heal from emotional trauma. Hey, my beautiful sisters, I want to welcome you to another video about self-healing. In this video, I will be sharing with you 3 ways to heal from emotional trauma. If you're new to my page, I am Rose Jones, and I'm a survivor of self-hate, domestic violence, childhood trauma, and I am currently battling PTSD. But my story doesn't end there. I am using my experience to help other women heal from trauma. My goal for this page is to help women heal so they can become unstoppable, shine, live life on their own terms, and most importantly, know that they are loved. If you would like to see more content, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification. Let's get into today's video. Before we talk about how to heal from emotional trauma, let's first understand what emotional trauma is. Trauma is a big word that most of us feel confused about. It carries a lot of baggage, including what you went through, how it impacted your life, and what it left behind. Trauma, whether physical or emotional, can turn your life upside down and leave you unsure of what ways it's up. It feels like you're surrounded by walls that are too painful to touch, so you often allow them to isolate you, and you end up letting it mesh up. Relationship causing more significant emotional damage is leaving you feeling worse than before. It makes you feel mixed of emotions when something that happened in your past trigger your present self. You may feel angry or sad or both. For me, it was confusing at first. When I started to allow my trauma to create a life of its own, it was no longer in my control. I had never experienced this before. This is when I recognized that I had some emotional trauma that I needed to work on. Each of you listening must have gone through a major trauma at least once in your life, whether it was a one-time event like an accident or a violent attack or ongoing incident that you cannot get yourself out of. Whichever one it may be, it's valid. You are not alone. Emotional trauma is real, and you do not have to deal with it alone. Emotional trauma is never easy to overcome, but by working together, we can provide each other with assistance. When I first heard about healing from emotional trauma, I wonder, what do you heal first? Is it your heart, your mind? No, what you heal is your inner child. Your inner child is really your true self, because it is that part of you which is frequently creative, active, vibrant, and at times out of control. Is your inner child. The inner child is regards of your true half of ourself. It locks in the past and carries our emotional suffering. When you are triggered, our inner child fruitlessly lash out in attempt to protect our current self. We are enduring emotional trauma, some forms of or another, which can range from severe, like something like life-threatening, to minor, like changing homes. Whichever one it may be, it causes unseen pain, because emotional trauma can impact how you navigate life and form relationships. Connecting with your inner child can help you identify the source of negative feelings and help you on the course of self-discovery. You may forget the fact of emotional trauma over the time, despite the fact that emotional wounds remain. They cause you to feel triggered and overreact when a similar incident or issue comes up. The response is basically our inner child guarding our current self from repeating the same mistake. But we don't understand is that the inner child is just a child, which is why people may say you're acting like a child, since that part of yourself is driving the pain and feeling. It's essential that your inner child is attempting to shield you from more emotional damage, even if it doesn't appear to be. So first, which is why connecting to your inner child could help you on healing in your journey by revealing answers that frequently lie deeper within yourself. Another fundamental part of emotional healing is accepting your past and the feelings that have arisen because of the trauma. I find it extremely important to understand why we react to a specific situation or experience in order to heal our emotional wounds. When I embarked on my emotional healing journey, the first thing I did was identify the negative actions, patterns, and emotional experiences that triggered my trauma. After that, I began exploring each of them and working through them. Slowly and exactly, my inner child began feeling safe and reassured that everything was going to be okay. This phase isn't always easy. In fact, it could be easier one to more difficult because you're trying to figure out what caused your feelings, which isn't an uncommon thing. For some of us, this journey could be proven to be challenging to walk through alone. This is where the third party of healing emotional trauma comes in. Depending on the nature of emotional wounds, you may remain further assistance from therapy to help you untangle your issues and guide you in life. Nobody says mending is easy, but it can be the first step towards finding inner peace. A trauma specialist may help you sort through your thoughts and feelings and make use of a variety of different approaches that can help you heal and move on from the past. Emotional healing is not always easy undertaking, since you will need to realize that the negative behaviors that you want to modify, which may not be obvious for me, the process of unpacking that negative emotion after so many years was challenging, but over time it became a natural process. It will be just like that with you. Admitting unpleasant behaviors or actions from the past may be difficult to identify. Nevertheless, it's probably preferable to begin with negative behaviors that you are aware of and wish to alter. You can begin by recalling the last time you were unhappy, detecting trends, or exploring the moment where you felt stuck. You can use a notebook to explore your emotions and reflect on the event that you made you upset. It could take you some time, but we'll get there. I began addressing my emotional suffering after noticing how it affected how I made relationships and spoke with others, as well as my thought process. I discovered that my destructive behaviors were more encouraging by limiting ideas, which were ultimately holding me back. I never imagined myself as a public speaker, but here I am on YouTube talking to so many of you who have gone through the same things as me. So together, we sisters will help each other work through our emotional trauma and rise above our fears and past. We are all in this together. And that is it for today's video. If you would like to receive more help for me and get on your journey to self-healing, I invite you to our Facebook group called Let Rose Speak Sisterhood. Here we motivate each other, support each other, and encourage each other to grow and be better. We have weekly challenges and monthly live sessions where I answer any questions you have about self-healing, self-love, and personal development. The link is in the description box below. It's a free group, so don't hesitate to join. Also, I would love for you to comment down below your favorite method given in this video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, my sisters.